Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment putting y'all tune to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities live. But first, I need a little favor done from y'all first. Please like, comment, subscribe to hit that notification bell as well. That'll be a great service to the channel. You put y'all tune to this story. Now, your boy Chris Breezy and Quavo have been going at it. They have recently dropped diss songs directed towards each other. So this man Chris Brown on April 11th had released a deluxe version of his album known as 1111. It will contain a song known as Freak and will have a diss directed towards Quavo. Ever since that transpired, the R&B singer and rapper have been going back and forth within songs. Now I delve much deeper into the history and the ongoing drama between the two, and y'all can see that in the previous video provided in the description below. But today we will be discussing the present matters as Quavo has dropped yet another song directed towards Chris Brown. Now in terms of what Chris Brown has said, they mainly offset Quavo to even drop this diss that he had brung up his dead relative in Takeoff. Takeoff's life has sadly been cut short in late 2022, specifically the date of November 1st. He has sadly lost his life in a shootout that would take place in the Houston area. So this man, Chris Brown, on his second diss track directed towards Quavo will end up bringing up Takeoff's name. He had paid respect towards the late rapper Takeoff and had said that people had wished that Quavo had lost his life instead. Now, as I said in a prior video, it's quite shocking to see Chris Brown take such a stance such as this and put out comments to this degree. Normally, you would expect this from a trap rapper or a drill artist putting together a diss song, but this came from the one and only Chris Brown, an R&B singer. Chris Brown's aggression towards Quavo is being theorized to be about Quavo's fling with Karrueche behind the scenes. If you guys are not already knowledgeable, this is somebody that Chris Brown has an extensive history with as a partner. So with Chris Brown having dropped this man's relative's name in Takeoff, this man Quavo had quite clearly had enough. This man Quavo would drop a diss track directed towards the R&B singer, calling it Over H's and B's. I'm not gonna give y'all the definitive name of that song, but we'll just call it Over Girls and Females. So this man Quavo would end up putting up a link to this song on a widely known platform known as X. So Quavo's new song is riddled with disses. This man was not going to go quietly, which is to be expected given what Chris Brown has said. So this man Quavo will come out putting out the disses saying, "Punk dudes, pull up, crash out about your bae. Little boy, come dance battle with my Drake. You been messed your bag up when you punch me in the face. Talking about fashion week, you spare who? Come punch me in my face. It ain't nothing but a fade." So as you guys can see, Quavo is taking the very direct approach to him saying crash out about your bae. As I'd already said, many are speculating that Chris Brown's animosity stems mainly from Quavo having ties to Karrueche. Then this man will even bring up the Rihanna situation dating all the way back to 2009. Then he would challenge Chris Brown to come get physical with him if he ever were to see him. When Quavo is said talking about Fashion Week, Chris Brown did in fact bring up that situation. Chris Brown and Quavo had ended up sitting next to each other, and Chris Brown had ended up saying that he wanted to do something physical towards him. Next, Quavo will put out more disses saying, "This bullet got your name, Chris. Don't ever bring up Take Dude, DJ Duro dude. You know half y'all dudes some salties out here." So as you guys can see, this man Quavo is up in the ante. This man is talking real tough. I don't even have to delve into these lyrics. It is what it is. Next, the rapper would say, "Little boy wanna die about some girl? Val, you still messed up about Karrueche?" So here we have Quavo addressing the causation of the beef to begin with. Next, the rapper will continue on to say, "You tried to beat up Tiana, but Usher wouldn't let you do it. The cocaine got him, Your Honor. Bipolar disorder, no wonder. You was the greatest. Dude, you fumbled. Going out sad, I'm watching you crumble." Why they got Quavo out here going back and forth with a singer that turned to a junkie? Now when Quavo brings up the incident about Chris Brown and Tiana Taylor, this man Chris Brown had his birthday. This girl was not responding to him and she was flat out ignoring him. Following that, further reports have stated that Chris Brown and Usher had gotten into a physical altercation. In addition, further details have stated that Chris Brown did not take lightly to Tiana Taylor's silence and ended up saying forget her. In addition, the rapper would attribute Chris Brown's behavior to drug usage and him possibly having BPD, or bipolar disorder. This rapper was not finished hurling the disses Chris Brown's way. He will continue on to say, "Who gassed you up to put that out? Yeah, that was weak, dude. I can take a model girl and make her sweetie, dude. Crackhead Michael Jackson, boy, you better beat it, dude." So with Quavo saying, "I can take a model girl and make her sweetie," I believe that Quavo is trying to say that any model that he ends up with could match sweetie in terms of appearance. Then he had called Chris Brown a crackhead Michael Jackson, saying he better beat it. So it's quite obvious that Quavo will not let up with challenging Chris Brown's mental fortitude and will continue to talk about his mental stability. The rapper will go on to say, "I'm still messed up about Takeoff. I want who did it, dude." So as to be expected, Quavo is still mourning the loss of his relative Takeoff. He even went on to give a nod that he wants to get a get back towards the person responsible for the rapper's death. So this man, Chris Brown, had ended up taking no time to respond. This man would end up taking to his IG platform. This man had said Google Raps, that stuff is poo. Dang, and I was excited. That stuff don't even need a response. Takeoff rap better. Next, Chris Brown would say, come on, Quavious, with tomato emojis. So with Chris Brown putting these statements out, it's safe to say that he is trying to show that he is very unimpressed with what Quavo had came up with. Then he would even go on to compliment Takeoff, saying that he could rap better than Quavo. Next, Chris Brown will post his picture with this written on Quavo's forehead saying weakest link, which means that Chris Brown thinks that Quavo was the worst out of the trio that was part of the Migos. The Migos, of course, consisted of Offset, Quavo, and Takeoff before they had disbanded. Next, Chris Brown would end up posting text messages with one of his friends. Chris Brown's friend or a random individual would say, bro, did he really say that or am I tripping? He said light skin versus brown skin finna divide the country. Chris Brown in response would put up laughing emojis and would caption the photo saying bars with unimpressed emojis beside it and laughing emojis. So going back into the unknown person that had texted Chris Brown that was challenging the light skin versus brown skin bars from Quavo, this man Quavo did in addition put out lines such as those. He had said you was the greatest dude, you fumble. Going outside, I'm watching you crumble. Why they got Quavo out here going back and forth with a singer that turned to a junkie? Never got light skin versus brown skin. Dude finna divide the country. Go. Dude, you ain't been in the trenches. We stomp in the yard. You know how that ended. Stomp. So this man Quavo would end up bringing different skin complexions within the black race into the mix. In addition, he would challenge Chris Brown's street credibility with him saying you ain't been in the trenches. So this could be taken as another way that Quavo is trying to make Chris Brown look less tough. The cover art of this diss track would show Quavo with his hands around Chris Brown's neck. This would be modeled after the original photo with Chris Brown having his hands around the neck of Karrueche. Now some people felt that it looked as if he was doing harm to Karrueche, but some had said that it was in lighthearted fun. But Quavo was quite bold to put out cover art of him having his own hands around Chris Brown's neck. Offset had also shown support towards Quavo by posting this on his Instagram page. It shows Michael Jackson on $1 million bill, so it could be assumed that Offset is giving a nod to Quavo's bars about calling Chris Brown a crackhead Michael Jackson. But yeah, y'all, this go cap out of it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Did you guys hear Quavo's diss track? And if so, what did you guys think of it? Going off the lyrics and disses that I had talked about in Quavo's diss track, do you guys felt that he did a good job, or do you guys felt that he could have done better? And to cap that off, did you guys hear all the diss tracks from the R&B singer and the rapper? And if so, give y'all thoughts and opinions on that. Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.